Oh, it's been a while since we've seen this young man doing this because he's been living out. But I had Hannes in last night because he's having his feet done this morning. And he's doing his party trick. You dropped it. You dropped it, young man. You're looking very pleased with yourself this morning. I think you've had a good sleep because you're covered in shavings. So you're one of 4 having your feet done today. Oh, that's Jubbers having a shout up there. Little Jubbers is up on the hill. He's shouting because Hoyts is still in stables days. You can see Annie over there in a winter coat because it's turned so cold now. She's just going up to see Yodel and Spesh. Princecle is up there somewhere. So we put winter coats on some of them yesterday. The ones that are more likely to feel the chill. The ones who are a little tubbier, well apart from Annie, didn't have their jumpers on. There's little Hidda. Are you taking full advantage of the fact that you can get to the hay hole before Annie? And then Micah's around somewhere. Where's Micah? She's disappeared. She's had a breakfast and gone. But exciting day today because we've got the field shelter arriving. And I've seen, bless him, Vince has been down there since very early this morning. You can just see his orange jacket down there through the trees. Just finishing off levelling the area where the shelter's going because that's arriving at 8 o'clock this morning. And I'm glad they've got some dry weather to put it up today. Look, we've got a lovely morning rainbow. Not over Nero this time, over Hannes. Always a beautiful sight to see the deer down in the woods by the girls. There were a couple of them over there. Only one now. There's Dow and Neek News. It's all happening here today. They're starting to scrape off the paintwork from around the house. There's still scaffolding to go up, but at least they can get started. I'm just coming up the road with Renpen, tonight's live hack lady, and your little rainbow boy. One of the reasons I've brought Nero up is because yesterday he had the first of his new supplements and he wasn't keen on them. So he didn't actually finish off his feed. So this is the first day of Nero trying his new supplements. And I've just put a small amount in to start with. And he knows there's something different. He's sniffing at it a lot. Because it'll be a completely different taste. And it'll just take him a few days to get used to that taste. So I've reduced the amount that he's having in his feeds today, but I just want to keep him separate from the other boys so that he can just take his own time. Oh dear, are you tired this morning? Hey? And he can have a clean up as well. So today I've just put half a dose of each of his supplements in there and added some little treats on top just to encourage him to tuck in, but at least he doesn't have to worry about the other boys being around him now, and he can take his time getting used to the new taste. So we know that Nero is quite a fussy eater, and he's been in here for about an hour and he hadn't finished off his food. So what I've done is I've added some extra hay nuts into it, put some carrots in, and hopefully he'll work his way through it. But I might need to just drop the levels of the supplements once again, just until his palate adjusts Look everyone, we got Mr. Milby back. In action already, sorting out a shoe for Hannes. That's Nero kicking the stable. It's only because he wants cuddles from you, Lisa. Look. Have a little watch at Chris at work. Are they your glasses, Chris?
Yeah.
You've got your own back.
I don't know if they are, to be fair. I just put whatever's on that. I don't know why I've got them on, I don't actually hear them at the minute. Yeah.
So that's going on Hannes's front foot here, where he managed to pull a shoe off.
When I'm nailing it, a little bit funny. But I end up just
And then all of the others, all the free reigners are congregating round here at the moment. Got little Hiddy Hops on the left there. He's rugless because his rug's gone to Lisa's laundry. So she's cleaning that up and reproofing it. And then Micah over there having an itch. Annie just enjoying the sunshine, but it is chilly. And then Ren, who I brought up earlier, she's free reigning with them right now. And all being well, we'll be going out for a hack at 6 o'clock today. Vince has been out here since the early hours this morning just to make sure that this whole area was ready. And what a beautiful, beautiful job he's done of it. He's got it so perfectly level. We've got a little bit of a slope on the side, but hopefully we'll be able to gradiate that off once the shelter's in place. Now, they were supposed to be here at 8 o'clock, but unfortunately, with the roads in the UK being the way they are, they've got caught up in all sorts of traffic. So unfortunately, they're running quite late, but their office has assured me that they're going to work into the dark, which is, I feel really bad for them, but at least they're not having to drive all the way back down to the south of England after they've installed it. Vince is doing his best to level out the rest of this area because it was all quite uneven. So he's just using the leveller on the back of my wonderful little tractor. There's everybody up there working on the house. We've got the scaffolders, the roofers, the Matt and Ellie doing the essential removing of the paintwork before they're able to get a fresh coat of paint on. Quite a sight. Just had a phone call from Paul from National Timber, and they're here. How exciting. That's a lot of timber. So Paul's just turning round up the top here. Left his buddy Dave down in the field. Because he's going to have to reverse in because it's not the easiest of accesses to get through. So we got Paul and David there. Unfortunately, the rain has come just as they're about to start unloading. So they're going to have a quick cup of tea before they get started. But that's our field shelter on the back there. And they reckon by 6 o'clock tonight, 6 to 7 o'clock tonight, they'll have it completed. The rain stopped briefly again. There's Ren Pen, Auntie Ren, and particularly Auntie Ren to these two. There's Yodel. She's had her manicure with Chris. So she's got a nice pair of front shoes back on. She's always a bit of a tricky one to shoe because of her wonky shoulders. But Chris has been looking after her feet since she was a baby. He even put plastic shoes on her when she was just a yearling to try and help with the way that she was developing, because her legs used to turn out very, very badly, and one obviously still does. And then her other sister, Spesh, she's just got a little bit of Flamazine just because she's rubbed a little sore patch above her eye there, but she'd managed to pull one of her shoes off, and she has special bar shoes just to give her a bit of support through her heel because of that fractured extensor process that she has in this foot. But Chris has just popped a normal shoe on for now, but she'll be getting them back on next week. And you can see this is why she's ended up rubbing a sore patch on the side because she's quite itchy. That's mean, Yodel. So she's a little bit itchy round her head at the moment, so she's going to have a bit of a clean and a tidy up and a bit of a wash through her mane, which you can see on camera there is a little bit greasy. So sometimes just by giving them a nice wash in the aloe shampoo, it just stops that itching. Ooh, look, we've got some nice flappy plastic on the side of the scaffolding now. That's going to all be good training. Tamara's resigned herself to the fact that the grass is getting trashed down the driveway with all the big vehicles coming up and down. Hannes wasn't fazed by the plastic. Were you, darling? He's got his nice new shoes on. So hopefully they'll stay on for a while. And he's heading back out with his boyfriends. Oh, how exciting. Sorry, I keep saying that. I'm getting very repetitive. Look at that. Wow. Oh, this is going to take a bit of getting used to. The boys are going to be in heaven this winter. Well, it might not quite be heaven, but it'll be an awful lot better than last year. What do you think, Hannes? This is going to be your winter bedroom. What do you think? Eh? How good does that look? So it's on skids on the bottom because it's a mobile shelter so that we can move it around if we need to. Are we impressed, young man? Oh, is that scary? Is that a scary noise? You're okay, darling. You're okay. Yeah? Have a little look. With the boys' shelter going up there now and the fencing, which is due to be done now on Monday and Tuesday next week, I'm really relieved for many reasons, but also because I'll be able to now move these boys out of the 14-acre field, which is the girls' winter turnout area, and let it rest for a few more weeks before we put the girls in here. I usually don't move them in until October, but because of the amount of rain that we've continued to have, their field over there has got so wet and boggy at the front that I think I'm going to have to move them into their winter turnout field a lot earlier this year. So although the four boys out here haven't made a lot of a dent in the grass, I do want it to rest just for a few weeks, really, before I get the girls in here. So I'm just down here with Paul and
the building, use Sadlin clear coat paint, and it will stop the wood shrinking and swelling, and it will help the timber last forever.
Right, so we
paint it every 5 years with Sadlin. Any other product, you're looking at a year to 2. So it's worth using Sadlin.
Okay, and I can just get that online.
You can get that online.
Right, and how soon do we need to paint it?
As soon as that lorry disappears down the road.
This, you see this green tannalising in the timber.
Yeah.
It's just the treatment. That needs to die down a little bit. The wood will fade a little bit, or go a little bit orangey perhaps, and then paint it. Soak it up, but like I say, it perfectly lasts forever.
So what sort of time scale are we talking about? A couple of weeks or a couple of months?
We're in the winter months now coming up for, so I'll probably say a month and try and get it done.
Okay, and do we paint just the outside or do we paint all the inside as well?
Just the outside.
Right, okay. All right, so, well, that doesn't work for you, does it, Vince? Because you'll be gone by then. Yeah, so we'll have to get you back in a month's time to come and paint it. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. It just can't quite decide what it wants to do today. It's raining one minute and I've got thick raincoat on, and then the next minute it's bright sunshine and warm and you have to go down to a t-shirt again. It's a little quieter here now after all the fun and games that have been going on today and all the work that's been taking place. And it's now time to just breathe So Nero's had the day in. He's had a pedicure as well, so Chris has tidied up his toes, you can see down here. So they're looking a little bit neater because he tends to knock the fronts off them. But I was checking with Chris again just to see whether he thought that he needed some front shoes. But he said, you know, they're good hard feet. So at the moment, because he's not going out on the roads, there's not much point in putting shoes on him. So I'm just going to give him a little bit of a pamper now and a tidy up before he heads back out with the other boys. Cleaned up. He can have his jumper on now and go back out with the boys. You little handsome boy. You little handsome. Meanwhile, Lisa's giving Zhao a little neck wash. I'm keeping the rugs off Zhao and Yodel because I know I get told off for fat shaming, but they are on the tubby side. So it won't do them any harm to be naked for a few more days. Although I suspect that we're going to have to get rugs off everybody by next week because it's supposed to be getting warmer again. It's all quiet here now. I think everyone's gone. But we've got all this flappy plastic. What are you going to think of it, Nero? I couldn't video these two walking past all the flappy plastic just because I couldn't manage them on the phone, but I have to say they were really good. You know, they were a little bit worried by it, so they went a little fast, but you know, when I shook the rope at them, they both just eased back and didn't try and drag me off. Perfect training. Iceman's down to half a tube of his omeprazole a day. He'll get that for the next 2 weeks. Hero's off to find Grandad Uber up the top there. And Ice and Hannes having mutual scratches now. They've obviously told each other that they've both got slightly itchy legs. It's the end of Wednesday. I've just finished the live hack with Ren here. Just put a jumper on for the night. And what a wonderful day it's been. If you saw the live, I was just saying I've been smiling most of the day because it's so lovely to see all the work happening here. But I do want to just give a big shout out to Lisa, who's been here for the last couple of weeks helping out, because she has what Frey called Lisa's laundrette, and she's been responsible for washing all the boys and girls, all their winter rugs, reproofing them all so that they were ready for them to wear once the weather turned. So most of them have got their rugs on now. Ren here, Annie over there. Who else we got? We got Hoitzer up the top there, who you can't quite see. So apologies for the way the live went this evening. I must block my phone in future from receiving phone calls because there's obviously something about a phone call coming in that knocks the audio off. But I hope those of you that did join enjoyed going out with Renska and having that little blast across the field. She certainly loved it, and look, she looks quite sleepy now. But she's going to free rein with the others tonight. She's got Bessie's barn that she can go into over there, or she can go into the main barn behind me and go and rest in there. And she doesn't have to slosh through the mud in the field that there is at the moment with the other girls. Hey, beautiful girl. But yeah, a huge thank you again to every single one of you. It's such an amazing community of supporters that we've got that help improve the lives of all these gorgeous horses so that we can continue to look after them as best we can and continue to share them with all of you. Thank you and good night.
I wake up in the morning with a smile on my face. Feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear. With every breath I take, I'm grateful you are near. So grateful, yeah. Thank you for the laughter, thank you for the tears.